This has been one of the great stories in recent times, that concerning Jesse Williams, who's back in Australia after making a huge name for himself in college football in the United States, gridiron, and now he's going into the draft for the NFL, and that's not only where the elite of the game play, it's where the big dollars are earned as well. Jesse began his career with the Bayside Ravens. Just across the road here. He grew up in Cannon Hill and a very busy schedule. He's taken a few minutes to come by for a chat. It's great to see you, Jesse.
Thanks for having me.
Wow, what a story this is. Congratulations on all you've achieved so far.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been fun so far, and looking to continue this.
It has been fun?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, trying to make the most of it. Obviously, traveling around, playing sports and stuff is not the hardest gig, but I try and do the best I can and put all my hard work in, and obviously it's showed up for me.
It's pretty tough nonetheless. It's a
yeah,
hard
definitely.
game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's tasking, physically and mentally. Obviously, being away from my family and stuff as well. It's always been tough.
Yeah. When did that happen? Well, let's go back another step. As I mentioned, you began with the Bayside Ravens. How do you grew up around here? How do you end up playing for them? You're not playing rugby, I guess, and the others. You're playing American football.
Well, originally played basketball majority of my life. I had friends that went down to Bayside Ravens down at Birkdale, and I kind of went down there, started hitting people a little bit, playing, messing around, and kind of fell in love with it. And once I progressed with the sport, getting better, and kind of fell in love with it, and kind of made the most of for Australia, and trying to represent myself and stuff like that, and was lucky enough to get the opportunity to continue it overseas.
What led to that? What created the opportunity for a young bloke from Brisbane to go to the United States to play their game?
Well, I was playing for Australia against New Zealand in a World Cup game down in Canberra, actually. And the junior college I got recruited by was down there recruiting, holding a camp, sort of a clinic style, helping grow the sport. Then just saw me playing and was interested, obviously, at first sight, and pushed for me to come over. And after with my family, deciding what we're going to do, and decided to go with it and work it out.
I guess even at that time, the odds against you getting as far as you already have, let alone where you're about to get to, were very long indeed. So it's a big risk, wasn't it?
Definitely a huge risk. Obviously, for me as an athlete, and financially and stuff, to put on my family and stuff like that. But it was something we all knew we had to do, and we pushed through it all, together as a family and stuff like that. And that support has been great. A lot throughout all this, so it's been good.
So it's nice to be home spending a bit of time with the family and friends.
Yeah, definitely. I only usually get to come back only once, if I'm lucky, twice a year to see them. So when I do, I try and make the most of it.
Hard in Australia to get our heads around. Mind you, all the publicity you received recently in that final game against Notre Dame, that received unbelievable publicity. Such a game would not normally get that in Australia. So it gives you some sense. Did you have a sense then how big what you were doing was back home?
Not necessarily. I mean, I know it's crazy and fanatical for people in the United States to sort of blow it out of proportion. Obviously, I think it was like 26 million people that watched the game, and it was obviously televised all over the world and stuff like that. But it was good. It was good to win. Good to finish on a good note. My career at Alabama, and it was good to see it and have friends and family be able to watch it. In Australia.
I was just reading your T-shirt, and it's a big T-shirt because you're a pretty expansive guy. So what are you? About 190 something?
Yeah, about 195
centimeters.
Yeah.
Old language 6'5", something like that, and 22 stone, whatever that is.
About 320 pounds.
T-shirt says, "Winning isn't everything. It's just what I do." You love to win?
Yeah, I mean it's been addictive for me. Obviously, playing sports my whole life and stuff like that. And being in America does make it any easier with everyone over there being obsessed with that. So
you're in not only professional sport, but one of the most professional sports in the world. What is the attitude there? How cutthroat is the whole thing? What kind of pressure do they place on people like yourself?
Definitely, it's tough. It's obviously the best biggest sport in America. It's really hard to get in and play and show what you're about. But like I said, I'm trying to make the most of what I can with the opportunities I'll do. And I'm here training at the moment, getting ready for the combine, and trying to put myself in the best shoes to be able to get picked up in the draft and hopefully go to a good team. And
tell us about that. What happens now? You go back to the United States after a bit of a rest here and time with family and friends. You go into the draft. How does that work?
Well, before that, I still have the combine, which is a couple of days of testing and stuff. The teams come down and test you in Indianapolis, and then fly around, train with other teams. Then have a pro day back at the University of Alabama on March 13, and then obviously wait till April from there. obviously the draft's April 16, so kind of it's a build up to that, meeting with teams, and obviously my agent here in Australia and in America, trying to put everything together.
Wow. So what happens from that? Because they're predicting that come this draft, you're going to be picked somewhere near the front or in the middle there somewhere. So that's pretty high up on the list, and that means big money.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anywhere in the first 2 rounds. I mean, there's not much difference with a lot of it from the first and second round. They're probably the 2 top, and it's good to be able to set my family up and be able to help them out. Obviously, like I said before, they set me up financially with going over there at the start to try and push that, and it's good to be able to put myself in a position to help them out and give back to them.
That's a lovely attitude, Jesse. It really is, because when we talk about the money, you start talking about massive amounts of money over there, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, the sport is obviously the biggest in America. So, I mean, the support from everyone, cities, countries, the whole thing is huge. So the money's obviously there, and I'm not really concentrating on that at the moment. Obviously, training,
Yes.
just trying to put myself in the best
Smart.
position to get in the spotlight and be able to get picked up.
Do you, 2 things about that. You mentioned the spotlight there. Are you getting used to the spotlight? Is that something that you're looking forward to down the years, or are you going to learn about? Or?
I mean, it's been pretty prominent, on our team. Obviously, winning 2 national championships in 2 years, so it's kind of hard to shake the media and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, it's my job now, playing football. So I got to take, I guess, the tasks that come along with it. But I mean, I try and enjoy it, make the most of all this, and try and better everything, try and grow the sport here in Australia, represent myself and my family as best I can. And I mean, it's been fun, and like I said, I'm just trying to push and see where I can get picked up and hopefully continue.
Well, you're handling yourself really, really well. When you say see how you get picked up, do you have a say in that? I understand 4 or 5 major outfits are after you. What happens? Do they pick you, or do you get a say in all this?
It's more of them picking me. It comes down to their needs. Obviously, they haven't really started doing all that. Obviously, the season's still going with the Super Bowl. So once the Super Bowl's finished, all the teams will meet and find what they need. And if they need a player like me, which a lot of teams do, and there's a lot of good players that play my position going this year. So it should be good. But the combine plays a pretty critical role. Obviously, being tested physically and mentally, that sort of stuff, they kind of can critique what they want and what they don't want in a player. So it'd be good to showcase my strength and speed and all that sort of stuff for them to hopefully be able to choose me over someone else.
What do you love most about the game?
I mean, obviously being able to hit people and not get in trouble is always good. But no, it's a great team sport. A lot of powerful, explosive people play, and I just like playing it. And it's been my sort of ticket, to do things outside the sport. Obviously, I graduated from the University of Alabama last month, so all that sort of stuff, on and off the field stuff has always been good.
When you were growing up here, were there athletes or anybody else you admired greatly?
Not necessarily. I mean, my parents obviously both played basketball themselves. Pretty good athletes themselves. So I kind of looked up to them and the hard work they always put in. Obviously playing basketball, and they usually were the ones that pushed me through a lot of it. Mentally, not so much physically, but I think they gave me the tools, raising me, to try and prepare me for the decision hopefully I'll be able to make in the next couple of months.
What was the key, just finally, what was the key tool in all of that? Because clearly you you love and respect your parents a great deal. Was there a particular piece of advice that you remember?
I think just work ethic and hard work, I think, has taken me from what I wanted to be to who I am now, and what I can be. I think doing all the stuff that I've done, and pushing through a lot of negative stuff I've been through. Obviously, people doubting what I couldn't do, and I mean, it's been good. But I mean, like I said, all the hard work, I think, the stuff people didn't see me do, I think, played the biggest part.
Always does. Did you ever doubt yourself?
A couple of times. Obviously had ups and downs throughout the career, whether I could do this, but I mean, like I said, with the support and stuff of my family and friends and stuff back here, I usually kind of got rid of that quick smart.
It's a great story. We're very proud of you.
No worries.
Congratulations on what you've done. All the best for the future. We've had quite a few calls while we've been chatting, people wanting to be in touch with your management. Jesse's manager is Murray. Contact us here at 4BC for details. We'll put you in touch with Murray. A lot of people very interested, obviously, in all you're doing, and we wish you continued success in all of that, Jesse.
Thanks for that.
Much